my sweat equity. Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity. My sweat equity.
Doing a dad dance. Never move your feet. Never move your feet.
You need a jock strap.
Sweat equity.
Too girthy?
My sweat equity.
A lot of jiggling.
Welcome.
A lot of jiggling.
Whoa.
Once you look, I can't.
I'm sitting right here. Look. I'm sensitive about my love handles.
I'm sorry. I should have said something. Not jiggling. A lot of.
It's moist in here. I get it.
How do I describe your dad balls flopping around
Girthy.
in tiny shorts? No, that's not a verb.
Verb or
Yeah,
adjective?
Jostling. Your balls were jostling. Okay.
I do have great balls. I've been told that. Dick, not so much, but balls.
They weren't still enough for me to make a determination.
Yeah,
The
well,
balls.
right. Well, I mean, they're not out. It's the theater of the mind for you.
Mm-hmm. Who's Theodore of the mind?
Theodore Roosevelt, obviously.
Okay.
Got shot giving a speech, best president ever, and he continued the fucking speech.
Yeah, he's a badass.
Hey, you like railroads? You like fucking national parks? Then you like Teddy Roosevelt,
they're
bitch.
Okay. Yeah, the national parks.
Do you want to fight a bear like he did?
Yeah. Boxing match.
That guy seems
Pants
unreal.
pulled up to his nipples.
He did that just to fuck with you.
Oh yeah.
He was like,
He dressed like Urkel.
he did it like a slow play in poker. He was like waiting for you. He wanted you to make fun of him so he could attack you.
Right. Yeah, he's just trying to get stuff started up.
And then he said, "Rough Riders, bitch."
Yeah.
Like
played
DMX.
and I'm out. Stop.
God, he rolled off on his
Drop.
4-wheeler.
Shut him down. Open up shop.
Is it ATV or whatever those things are?
Yeah. I think we got it.
So, Eric Regiger, are you sweating as much as I am?
Oh, buddy, big time. It's even worse now. 'Cause this is our second episode back to back for some stupid reason.
Well, I liked what we were talking about previous episode, and we do call this the Sweat Lodge Studio. We want people to get weird in here. We never really thought physically we would sweat this much.
Yeah, more than normal.
More than normal.
I always sweat.
You've got a
but
pit
this is-
issue that might be as bad as my hands and feet that always sweat.
I'd rather my pit issue than sweaty hands.
I would rather that 100-fold.
How often is your iPhone not open?
A lot. In the summer, it gets really tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
That's why I'm wearing gym clothes most of the time,
I know.
because it's like I run so fucking hot.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's just.
But like the hands thing, man, I just want to wear gloves, like Mickey Mouse white gloves.
That
all
would
the
be
time.
good. That's what you should do.
Nothing weird.
Get some Nike dry fits. Just be like, listen, I just have to wear these because my hands are sweaty, and then you shake their hands, and you do a magic trick, and they don't, they forget about your sweaty hands.
And John Paul off mic, who's we're keeping the seat for him like Elijah at Purim open.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that it?
I don't know.
You know Purim?
I know you're trying to be Jewish right now.
Yeah, they keep a seat for Elijah.
You just want to be,
I want to be Jewish.
You want to be Jewish.
I wanna be
you want
Jewish
to
and
be
gay.
gay.
No. I want to be a fruit fly, and whatever you call someone, a Gentile that wants to be Jewish, whatever that is, orbiting around that. I'll be me.
They absolutely have a word for it, I'm sure.
Goyim?
I don't know.
I'm a Goyim.
You should know if you want to be in the fold.
Well, yeah.
Learn the vocab, bro.
But it gets to a want, and it doesn't get to an obsession. It just gets to like, I'd like that, and then don't do anything.
Yeah. You have to learn Hebrew, and you're like, I don't think so.
Yeah, plus they're fun. Some of them are funnier than me, and I don't like that.
That's
just
a problem.
Ones that don't want to do it professionally.
Yeah.
And that hurts my ego.
Well, they're doing better in the entertainment business. Than
Right.
you.
Pretty well. Don't have to try hard.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. This is the biggest credit I have in my entertainment career.
Yeah.
This show, yeah.
I'd say so.
But that's a good thing.
It fills up the IMDb pretty hard.
Oh, we should have our own thing on. I was thinking about that the other day. I need to make your IMDb for you because we're technically comedy writers because we got paid to punch up a script.
Yeah.
So why can't? Is it like Wikipedia? Can I just put you on there?
I don't know.
Or do we have to be in the WGA?
You got
writers or W.
I'm saying, call some of your Jewish friends. Find out.
That's a good call. What'd you say? Call some of the Jews?
I didn't say that. I said call some of your
Eric.
Jewish friends.
Eric, you already look like American History X. Like, let's.
There was no hard J there, sir.
That's what they're saying nowadays is bad optics.
Give me money.
What? That's just a new
Did
drop.
you have that ready for that
No.
conversation?
Money.
Wow.
What?
What is that from?
Always Sunny. 99% are from Always Sunny.
I like that. I like if we just kept them all Always Sunny, and then maybe a Ric Flair and
Yeah.
a Louis Anderson.
Give me money. Money me. Money now. Me a money needing a lot now.
Written by Charlie. I know. We'll just sit here
Money
and play
me
that.
needing a lot now.
Uh,
That show's so underrated still.
I don't know how it could be.
I
I rate it as high as can be.
So we were talking about if we were victimizing ourselves or pity party ourselves. And if you're watching this on video, we are not wearing much clothes, fulfilling our homoerotic brand identity of the 80s and just sweaty. And we do look like we're doing this in a nudist colony.
We don't have the energy of the 80s, though. It's very sloth-like in here.
Yeah,
Eating a
I'm
lot
trying to
of
get fired
eucalyptus.
up because of remembering that we're shirtless, pretty much pantless.
Mm-hmm. No, you're pantless. I have a nice, 1990s basketball cut short on that covers way more than it needs to.
Well, if you got them, you show them, right?
Yeah.
I've got the leg power.
Got the
That's where all the
lower rig.
power's at.
Yeah.
It makes my wiener look smaller.
It generates and receives.
You ever
the
seen a
power.
palm tree between two redwoods? That's what I'm dealing with. Palm
Mm.
tree, not bad by itself. Next to two redwoods.
Oh, your
It's like-
legs are the redwoods.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, whose dicks are the redwoods?
No.
It's like, what do you like? That's not how you
NBA
measure.
shower.
It's like, wow.
Martin St. Louis, former Tampa Bay Lightning hockey player, and I have the same issue. His legs are huge.
Yeah, well,
He's got to be
he's a
dealing with,
professional hockey player.
even if his hog's big.
Oh,
It's like a magic eye.
you talked to him about this?
Let's get him on the podcast.
Sure.
He could actually. That's probably attainable.
Maybe.
I feel like he's in that wheelhouse of not super famous,
Yeah, maybe.
but
has nothing to do-
recognizable.
Right.
That-
Tampa?
That's what I want.
Legend Tampa, bro.
That's what. Look, we're gonna start getting our guest game going. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
We're doing it more as a ploy to bring a lot more people into the podcast.
Yeah.
Honestly, but there's also a lot of people that we haven't reached out to that we want to.
I know.
Any
There's a lot that
any
are
to add?
Probably pretty easy, and we just don't do it. 'cause
Well,
we're-
if we do our breakout shows too, we can have them on that. If it gets to a scheduling kerfuffle, because we're still working, you've got basically 3 full-time jobs as I do.
Mhm.
It's one of those things where the scheduling conflict, it's about being thoughtful
Right.
and not inconsiderate
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. So we got to make sure we're in tune with that.
Mm-hmm.
I use those words carefully because it's
It hits close to home.
well, no, I mean, when you do, so I'm always trying to super conscious of if someone does me a favor or does something for me to help me out. This last year and a half's been pretty rough personally, but exactly. Get fired up.
Just thought it would be nice.
No, I like it. It's like DJ Khaled just walked in the room.
Sorry, go ahead.
You feel
Your
awkward.
life is rough.
I think you feel awkward. No, it's not. It's not really, honestly.
I know.
Like
I
compared
know
to
it's-
everybody else,
I
it's
wouldn't
nothing.
play the sound effect if I thought it was that. 'cause
Right, right.
I'm seeing it for real.
Oh yeah. A year and a half ago, boat horn. I would have been like, okay,
Good one,
yours. Yeah, I would have focused on that for 12 minutes. But I'm saying like, and even then, I knew my problems aren't as big as a lot of people's.
Sure.
So my thing is, I had some friends that helped me out along the way to get myself out, like the Dark Knight Rises,
Yes.
out of the prison that Bane was in,
Mm-hmm.
and the French lady. The knife is the knife that twists. All right. The chick from Big Fish. So
Just
Anybody?
Get to your point.
I'll just read down the IMDb of the whole cast.
Just read a telescript. What is it called? Teleplay of the script.
Manuscript.
Teleplay. It's where they think that's where they take the actual words that were said in the movie and retype it.
I think we need to go play pickup basketball and get our hate game a little bit better.
Why?
Because you should go do teleplay.
I don't even remember why I was talking about
I don't-
teleplay. I
I
was
don't
just
know.
trying to explain it.
I think you're just trying to yes and.
It's
a
so
bit.
fucking hot.
That's what you get for yes anding for the first time.
Ugh.
All right, so here's here's the thing that a lot of people get caught up in. If you have bleeding heart syndrome, a lot of women entrepreneurs get this. I talk to a lot of female small business owners that give a lot of their heart, and by heart, I mean services sometimes,
Right.
for whatever it is for free,
Yeah.
in the hopes that they're going to get exposure or you're going to get future work from that person that didn't pay you in the first place.
Yeah.
I saw this photographer consultant. I thought it was dumb when I saw it, and it's exactly right. You can't turn a $500 client into a $500,000 client.
Right. Yeah.
And I messed that up, and I always say you can't turn a hoe into a hotel
Mm-hmm. I like it.
because that's like a dad brain.
That was good.
But it actually
Make
makes
the hoe
sense.
housewife?
You can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. You can't turn a $500 client into a $500,000 client.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, we're going to work with clients. We're going to grow with them in lockstep. You know, we're small. That will be the story we'll tell. And that's happened to a degree.
Right.
We've had the first client is still our main client. That's our anchor, whether they come in and out of work or not. But I would consider them our always number one, right?
Sure.
But a lot of people aren't conscious of that. A lot of people, especially in the business world, they come off the street and you don't know them sometimes, or you get caught up in what they do.
Yeah.
And you're like excited to work with them for whatever reason it is. And you might end up getting screwed. And a lot of people do this.
Yeah. I think it's also a thing where it's like people are going to naturally want to move in a different direction when it comes to stuff like this, because that's moving up in their mind. Like, oh, I got to move on to this bigger agency because we're bigger now, and like, you know,
or you get
that's
promised,
growth to
or
them.
you're going to get shares in this thing, or you're going to get you're going to be a part owner of it. Get that shit knocked out in the front. If you're going to be rev share, you're going to do work for free. I'm kind of talking more digital, but this happens all the time anyway. If you're a partner but you're in kind for services as a partner instead of investment, you don't think of it as cash on the table investment, but you should, because your time is money.
Yeah.
And what happens is you probably don't respect your own time in the beginning, and thus it doesn't have the same value it should if you actually did the service or you actually did the investment.
Yeah, and if you're able to get the actual description of what it is you're bringing to the table in that situation, get that written down too.
Not sexy. It's not romantic.
Whatever.
It's not fun. It's not even Social Network, the movie, like, which is mostly a litigious movie. If you really think about it,
Right.
It's really just going back and forth.
Philadelphia.
Testimonials.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not even that cool. It's not. That's the boring shit you need to do.
Yeah.
To not get fucked.
Yeah.
Right.
We call it scope creep.
Scope creep. Well, scope creep
Scope
is when
creep.
you already have someone sign, and
The idea
they
is
might
the same.
pay. Well, no. Well, I think that's more if you're paid already, but you don't do any work order change sign-offs. Per mentioned in the last episode, you just keep adding on stuff, and you don't have the self-respect to go, hey, this is a work order change. For a lot of you, it's hard to be the bad guy and the good guy.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a client-facing account manager, client service side, whatever you want to call it. And then there's someone that has to send in the bill. There's someone who has to go over the invoice with certain kind of clients. There's someone who has to be the bad cop. And unlike Liam Neeson lends his voice in the Lego movie, you can't really do both.
Yeah.
Right? So my advice, the pragmatic advice for that, if you're dealing with that issue, is you can use a virtual accounting bookkeeping company. There's stuff like Bench. If you go through any of the accounting software platforms, you could go to gofreshbooks.com/sweat. You're gonna have to click through because it's not HTTPS, by the way. I had someone in here that I was like, oh, you can get one of our affiliate links and use that. And she was like, it says the security's not good and I should go back. And I was like, oh, that's fine. She's like, no, don't touch my phone. I was like, no, it's fine. It's just, this is the affiliate link.
Trust me?
This is how they track it for us to get that kickback. So if you want to help the show out, if this doesn't make it in the pre-roll, post-roll.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got to redo those.
They're bad.
Well,
We'll do it. That's fine.
They're not bad. It's just
Let's redo them. That's
you
fine.
could do better.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I just wanted to get something up.
I gotcha.
And so my thing was like all those accounting softwares, if you want to do bookkeeping and outsource it, they have their own market. Like you can search for local people that are certified.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pragmatic. And if you're on the CPA bookkeeping side, you should get listed on all three of those because those are huge.
Yeah. If you're a
Zero,
loaner.
Zero, FreshBooks, QuickBooks. They all have their own kind of like, I'm a certified whatever. I'm a certified zero XERO accountant.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like that.
So you have to have one of those people be your bulldog for you. Outsource that if you can.
Oh, so you're saying have them be, but wouldn't it be more of a lawyer that you would need for that
Well,
sort of thing?
if you get there, so you need to have that in the hopper too, which I've coached people up on. Get a collections agency or get your business attorney. But again, it costs you time and costs you money, and so you have to follow a protocol. If let's just go over this bad debt stuff. If you're dealing with this, because a lot of people do. What you need to do before you get to your business attorney is do the whole timeline.
Yeah.
Have everything as much as you can have prepared so they don't charge you more per billable hour, or if they're doing you a favor, which a lot will do it, to write a nasty letter doesn't take them a lot of time. They just don't want to waste a lot of time asking questions that you should already have ready.
Yeah.
You know, when did this happen? When did it become delinquent? How many times do you send an invoice? Can you see if they looked at the invoice and just not paid it? Like every detail, but easy to read, easy to understand.
Yeah. I mean, having these protocols in place ahead of time, man, it's such a, you want to have the rosy outlook that everybody pays.
No, it's
just like, just don't even think of it that way.
For service.
This is a checklist. This is something you got to, if you got a business, you got to do this. Just do it and don't even think about the negative feelings with it.
For a service that is intangible, especially in digital, or I was talking to John J. Murray, friend of the program, comedian. Can you hear me? Host of Something Planet podcast. He was on like 10 episodes ago, probably. Him and I were
mentioned his name every episode since.
We were talking on the phone on Thursday or Friday because he needed help getting. How do I go about getting paid by guys not paying us for a stand-up show? And I was like, well, did you dictate the terms beforehand? It was like,
I bet his paperwork's airtight.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And I go, this is why you guys think I'm fucking weird and like such a nerd about all these like.
Why do you always want people to sign creepy documents?
Right. Well, they think I'm like Mr. Business when it comes to, or Captain Business when it comes to.
I'm Mr. Business.
Setting up anything in stand-up comedy where we would do a show. I just want some. Get fucked enough, and this is why you become an asshole about it.
Right.
And I go, I'm not doing this again. Here's my punch list. I don't even remember it offhand. I'm just like, here's all the things we have to do before we do this show.
Yeah.
And so he was asking about that, and I said, all right, well, you just need proof that you formally sent invoices. You formally, a text can count as good as an email. Just making sure that they know they're past due.
Right.
And these were the terms we agreed on. If you haven't had that written out and confirmed, I would put that in the invoice now. So some people may forget that too.
Yeah. It's weird that like journaling of things counts.
Timestamp.
Where it's just like, if you could go back and try and make it all up in your diary if you want to, but there's like, just having specifics.
Third-party data.
Enough.
Yeah. If you Google Fantetti legal and texts are like as good as contracts, I remember I posted that for our business attorney, Power business attorney, Steve Fantetti Legal, your business refined. I'll give his little slug line. And texts can be contractually binding.
I mean, it's all proof.
Right. But people don't think they are.
Yeah. It's like all this stuff is just, what do they expect to see for these things where like, government official comes in and looks over your things and say, okay, it checks out. Here we go. Now, on to the next guy's diary.
People can't like imagine that next meeting when you go to court or something. What are you going to do? Show up and just say, well, I did that.
Yeah.
You need to show proof.
Right.
To show evidence.
Yeah.
So I won't go down this rabbit hole because this can go down a whole other area, and it, frankly, not super sexy. But the long and short of it is, I think we have a bad debt client form on our website that'll kick back to you. It doesn't go to us. If not, Tokabaga's website. I mean, if you go to TocoWorks, TOCOWORKS.com, go to the footer. I think we have a form down there that if you fill out, it doesn't go to us. It just goes right back to you, because I was helping so many people with this. We needed something too for us that I can just be a Dumbo about it and just
Right.
fill it out.
So it's something that other people can use for their bad debt clients.
Yep, and
It's
we
not
don't see
clear.
it. The information doesn't go to us, or you can just look at that form and just answer it on your own in your own Word doc or whatever you want.
Steal it.
Well,
Steal it.
This is all. It's all the questions our power business attorney would ask me anyway, and I
Yeah.
go, Steve, what can I do to make this less shitty than next time?
Yeah.
Because
No,
I don't want to waste your time.
That's the sort of stuff we want to offer people.
Well, I don't
Give
want to
'em a
waste my
little-
time either,
Yeah.
right?
No, I know. I'm saying, but it's nice to have that's not directly related to the podcast, but that's a
Yeah.
nice pragmatic thing to help people out.
Look, I hate business podcasts or any business talk that doesn't give you some actual like shit that's helpful.
Yeah.
It's like
We
just
could
be
just sit here and
yourself and
bitch all
figure it
day.
out, and you're like, no, that's too fruity and
Yeah.
broad.
Yeah. It's better to hear the failures of two grown men and their apps.
Look, failure is how you learn. Failure is a good thing.
I know.
Good.
I know. I can't believe I don't have that drop. I need all the goods.
Jocko good.
Yeah.
So with that, I'll say, never give. I think I'm done trying to give our services away for free in any capacity, because we're at that level now. We've got enough under our belt, and what ends up happening if we look at our timesheets, we have too much of a bleeding heart to help.
Yeah, for sure.
Every question that people ask me that aren't going to be clients, I should make that into a blog post and answer it there.
Yeah.
Like at least I'm getting something out of that.
I think
Or answer
this
it on
is-
here.
I think this is a good thing. I think it'll filter out a lot of the people who
We'll
aren't serious.
We'll never scale, right? We'll never scale if we're always dipping down to help.
Yeah.
And
An hour here, hour there, lunch there, and it's
I
like
think the thing that
adds up.
destroys us is when no one's really considerate when we're helping them out.
Yeah.
And so it's math to me at a certain point. It just goes, hey, we're doing you a favor.
Yeah.
You could
How about
wash my car or
do
something.
A little bit
Like,
something. Yeah, some sort of just.
It
be
doesn't have
good
to be-
scheduling these
yeah,
things.
it doesn't have to be like you got to pay me $1,000 every second. It's
Right.
like, hey, just
But don't
I don't
expect
know.
us to hop to it.
make
When
a
you feel
painting,
like
paint
it.
a painting of us. I don't
Right.
know,
Yeah.
something. At least show effort.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
I don't care if you show effort. Like if maybe the balance sheet in the favor on the favor isn't equal, right?
Yeah.
But
Somebody's
if
gonna bring us
someone
a shitty
is
painting that we have to
I
be like,
know.
oh, thanks.
Well, if someone did if someone dopey really gave effort, I couldn't be mad at them, right?
Yeah.
Because delayed gratification's everything too, as we talk about on this. Like we may get that favor back later, and part of the people I've helped out, I know they'll pay it back. But there's some people that I can tell right away.
Yeah.
That I go, hey,
You're doing this.
coordinating too much something of anything we're doing for free to help you out
Yeah.
is going to annoy the shit out of me.
Right. Yeah.
I'm already
Make
I
that
already
part
need
easy.
like a hairless gay assistant now.
Loud.
Just snippy.
Loud snapping. Loud snaps.
I need someone to be a bulldog.
Yeah.
I mean, boom, solves two problems right
French
there.
bulldog.
And I want a hairless gay man, just like Ari had
I'm with you.
on Entourage.
How do
But he
we
wasn't
hire
hairless.
for that without getting sued?
There's a marketing
LinkedIn.
style of bringing them into us. We're in
Oh.
Gabor. I'll just take a run in these hot pants.
Really, yeah, we are definitely set up for immediate results.
Might be distracting.
Yeah. This guy's hilarious.
So I'm saying like if someone's doing you a favor, like, hey, can I watch your house while you're away? I want to just, I want to not live in my apartment for a week. I've done that before.
Yeah.
I've been that guy, and I've reached out to friends that live in shitty apartments to watch our house when I had one.
Yeah. But, it's just, we got to think of something, some sort of, even if it's just symbolic.
There needs to be a social contract.
Somebody, even if they have to just do something embarrassing.
It's called a social contract.
Right.
We talked about it with stand up. the free ticket shows are the fucking god awful worst.
Right.
You'll walk more people in those shows, and if you don't know it's a free ticket crowd, now you're really spinning out in your head because you think you suck.
Yeah.
I would
Plus,
say
they don't show up.
pay
at
$1.
all.
No, they'll show up. I've done them.
But I'm saying they're less likely to.
Oh, they don't show up mentally though.
Yeah.
I'll say they show up physically, and then they're the ones that are loud. They're the ones that are the worst audience members. Why is that?
Yeah, they have no value in it.
Right? There's no skin in the game.
Well,
I even say that on a bigger level in business. I want people that are working here to have skin in the game. I want to make it so their shares divvied out to have your incentives be met.
yeah,
It's all about incentives.
Yeah, there's definitely something to the when it comes to employing a salesperson. They get a percentage of what they're selling.
Yeah.
It's not
That's the extreme
salaried
side.
employees sort of thing where it's just like
That's the extreme commission side, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying but if there's an understanding implicitly, right? That's the part that's hard. What's
Yeah.
implicit to us or innate or native if you're digital, whatever adjective you want to use, but whatever that kind of like handshake is, hey, yeah, you can use my truck.
Yeah, make it explicit.
Well, right, but then you become an asshole,
Pull your dick out.
right? Oh, you can use my truck, but make sure when you bring it back to wash it and fill it up with gas.
But you owe me a favor now.
Right.
So
And then you owe me a favor.
you owe
after
me a
that.
favor, right?
Right.
Just get that written down on this napkin.
Right. No one wants to live like that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get, and ours is kind of like, at this point, I'll have the talk about, look, we can't help everybody, and if it's the air mask, the oxygen mask in the airplane,
Yeah.
we can't give it to the baby unless we give it to ourselves first,
Yes.
which always feels weird. It'll still feel weird, and same with not being able to help out everybody I want to help.
Bro, I could get that oxygen mask on so fast to the baby. I wouldn't even. I could hold my breath long enough.
Oh, I got that
Wim
baby,
Hof.
dude. That baby ain't going anywhere. If we're going down, I got that baby.
What does that mean?
I'm
If you're
fucking
going
hero.
down.
If that airplane's
You're
going
gonna
down,
throw it up in the air right before you
oh,
hit
I
the
got
ground?
it. I got it.
Somebody catch this.
No, I'll hold it like a football.
Oh yeah. You'll just brace the impact. Your
Yeah,
body will act as a
Did you see?
buffer.
Well, good thing we're doing this in the sweaty days, whatever the sweat episodes. I showed my legs. Those will break the impact right there.
Oh, that'll stop a plane crash.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Why don't you just jump out and save the whole plane then?
One of my
Bastard.
friends, Brendan T. Gleason, thinks he could survive a plane crash. He keeps telling me that. Just a nice non sequitur I want to bring up and call him out on.
I like it.
He's not going to listen to this
because you can't prove it wrong.
Right. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Pretty sure I could survive
I was
a
like-
comet impact.
What kind of air? Wait, every air? I'll break it down. I'll be like, every kind of flight, or just we talking like a Cessna? What are we talking about?
Yeah. No, all of them.
All of them. Yeah, I feel like I could
He
survive
knows
one.
something.
And I was like, okay, Alive.
He knows something.
Let's watch the movie Alive and then eat some raw meat. All right, so to get to the whole crux of this, there's
We're working for free.
your product or service. There's the elements of value that are like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And if you remember Maslow's hierarchy of needs, at the bottom of the pyramid, it's a lot of basic bitch stuff. It's a lot of security, food, shelter, all those primal, carnal things that we need as a human.
Yeah.
And then above that's kind of more emotional, more of your recognition,
Notebook.
satisfaction.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other stuff like that.
Chick stuff.
Above that's the chick side of the
The
pyramid.
chick level.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just ignore that one.
I mean, it was made in 1943. Give the guy a little break. You know.
Probably is labeled chick stuff.
Then after that's life changing, and then at the top, social impact. So this Harvard Business Review, I Googled the value of free is 0, and didn't get anything. And it was like, that's odd. I just thought that was a phrase in business that's just well known. Then I put,
It's kind of a circular, self-evident sentence.
well, I got more.
The value of free is 0, and it's nothing. Also,
I thought that was like a quote, though. I thought that was like a big thing in just business rhetoric of just like professors say this all the time.
well, I don't know.
Adam Smith said it or something like that. Like, I don't know.
Sure.
The Economist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you thought I was
Although-
making. I thought you thought I was making up a name or something.
No, the invisible hand.
Yeah.
It's funny because you actually did Google it,
I
find out it's not real.
And then I
you're
put,
still
like,
trying to convince me
Your
of who
server.
might have said it.
I said the service. No, I was thinking like someone said this.
I got what you're
I know.
saying.
I just want to go through the process of like sometimes you Google shit and you're like, huh? I
Yeah.
thought this was a thing.
No. That can't be right.
Uh,
That can't be right.
well, then I kind of adjusted it because I put services in there and then I got a bunch of cell phone stuff and then because cell phone service
Ah,
I didn't quote it in the Google whatever. I'm not going to get into that anymore. I do think this is cool on a businessy kind of understanding business on a basic level for anybody. It's kind of what we're reaching to in this podcast is, here's some smart and dumb guy kind of way of looking at business.
mm-hmm.
And so it basically talks about your product or service fulfills these needs in a psychological level. At the bottom, reduces effort, avoids hassles, reduces cost, quality, variety, sensory appeal, informs. Above that, and these are all functional, saves time, simplifies, makes money. Yeah, dog. Reduces risk. That's one we don't talk about enough. Organizes, integrates, like lube in an orgy, connects. Those all make sense, right?
Yeah.
That's the basic needs all these services or products need to give you to get to the top part.
I gotta remember to put the link in the episode description.
Yeah, you
to
got to go.
this guy because this is good. This is a good little chart.
And this is obviously applicable for non-business because it's a psychology that's psychology rhetoric from Maslow's hierarchy needs. So the next one's wellness, therapeutic value, fun, entertainment, attractiveness, provides access. I think that's interesting. Above that, still on the emotional side, reduces anxiety. That's funny to me. As you buy a product or service. Yeah, above some therapeutic value though. Rewards me, right? I like IPA beer. I get the premium beer over Natty Light, Natterday, lemon and strawberry.
Yeah.
Because it rewards me. It fulfills me, right?
Yeah, happy Natter days.
Nostalgia, which is interesting too, because I think nostalgia is way overrated. Design, aesthetics. I think design aesthetics way underrated. And then badge value, I talk about this all the fucking time with branding and websites. You need those little badges of like, I'm associated with this. I'm a top 100 lawyer under the age of 100,
Right.
100 or whatever.
Is badge value on there?
Badge value is one more. It's higher. It's life changing.
Yeah.
Right above that is motivation. Good. Heirloom. I don't know what that means in this.
Tomatoes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Eat your tomatoes.
And then affiliation and belonging is the third. Above that, provides hope, which is interesting. That's dangling the carrot. That service or product makes you loyal, makes you an advocate. Self-actualization.
Your only hope, Obi-Wan.
And then at the top, social impact, self-transcendence. This is more your wellness world mixing in with all this stuff too.
Yes.
Isn't that interesting?
I'm hoping to be able to levitate.
Man, this might be a 17-parter talking about this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think this
do
is
when the AC's fixed.
I like anything with icons too because I am
know.
visual. So
You have a massive erection, sir.
sorry.
What about my sweat equity?
Oof, I slipped it out the leg hole.
SweatEquityPod.com.
My sweat equity.
It's like my penis is saying hello from my pair of umbros.
Our eyes are saying no.
What about my sweat equity?